Well, most Canadians are lucky enough to have just one place to call home. One of the perks of being Canada's Prime Minister is that you actually get a number of pieces of prime real estate that you can choose from. Obviously, 24 Sussex Drive, the iconic official residence of the Prime Minister of Canada, well known to all Canadians. Also well known for the state of disrepair that the house is in. As many of us know, in fact, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his family didn't actually move into 24 Sussex Drive when he was sworn into office. They decided to allow the $10 million renovation of that house to go on as they lived at the nearby Rideau Cottage, a more than century-old property that sits on the grounds of Rideau Hall. Not normally reserved for the Prime Minister, but an exception was made in this case, and understandably, we can't have the Prime Minister homeless, can we? Well, even as this $10 million renovation is going on, it appears that Canada's first family is not even happy with some of the other facilities they've been offered, specifically Harrington Lake, the vacation retreat just across the river in Quebec. I'm pleased to bring you documents obtained exclusively by the Rebel.media, emails between the Prime Minister's office and the National Capital Commission showing some peculiar requests that the Trudeau, specifically Mrs. Trudeau, have had about everything ranging from lighting to the drinking water. We can start by going back to November 7th, 2015, when someone connected to this whole project, which was overseeing the transition of the Trudeau family into their official residence, wrote a letter to Marc Dostelet. Now, he's the property manager for the National Capital Commission and one of the ones that was making sure all of the facility issues were dealt with. And this email to Monsieur Dostelet said the following: "We urgently need a water filtering system exactly like Redacted has at Rideau College for Harrington Lake. We are supplying the family with glass bottled water for the time being until a better solution is found," unquote. Now, this email presents a little bit of a concerning picture. Is there something wrong with the water at the Harrington Lake residence? Well, Monsieur Dostelet, of course, being the good employee that he is, looked into the situation and found that that doesn't actually seem to be a real issue. He wrote on November 9th, "Documents are being printed to show the Prime Minister's office the types of water sampling tests that are routinely done, plus results from these dates for 2015, as well as information on existing water treatment equipment." He went on to say that they could get an additional water filtering treatment device for taste, unquote. So this isn't even about the quality of the water. It's not that the water's poisoned or anything. It's not that there's something that can't be consumed in that. It's that Mrs. Trudeau and Mr. Trudeau maybe don't want to. But is there actually anything wrong with the water? Well, an email from an unnamed representative to Monsieur Dostelet, we don't know the name of this person because it has been redacted by the government, said the following: "It might be another discussion that I will be in need of the National Capital Commission to convince them that this water is potable. I am confident that it is drinkable," unquote. And we later heard that the actual filtration device that's being discussed here ranges anywhere from $750 to $975. And it sounds like this is actually for nothing. But this went on even further. Monsieur Dostelet said, "In regards to Harrington Lake water, the National Capital Commission will stay neutral in the decision-making process. We will provide all pertinent and available information for the Prime Minister's office to make the decision," unquote. So the NCC has basically said, well, this is not our problem anymore. We've done our part. We've shown you that the water's drinkable. If you are not happy with it, you can make that decision. And it seems like from all that we've seen from these documents that that's exactly what the Prime Minister's office ended up doing. Even though all of the testing proved the water was fine, there was a line later on, and we don't know exactly who we think it's about, but, well, let's face it, we do. It's Mrs. Gregoire Trudeau, specifically referring to what the Mrs. thinks. On November 10th, 2015, an email was sent to Monsieur Dostelet saying, "I have informed the Mrs. that the water at Harrington Lake is potable. Once they have the NCC reports and analyses and that they are satisfied with those results, a decision will be made by the PMO." Now, that was on November 10th. Just 3 days later, we determined that not only was the device ordered, but a rush order was put on it because apparently this was something that had to be dealt with so imminently because the Trudeaus were drinking not just bottled water, but glass bottled water. I don't even know where you can buy that, although I'm assuming you can get it from some of these Ivory League Ottawa establishments. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. For example, when we look at other changes at Harrington Lake, apparently there was a big old ping pong table that was ordered in and put into the basement, but apparently the lighting needed to be done so that you could see the ping pong table better. And get this, Despite being the king of conservation who talks about the growing issue that climate change poses to Canada, the Prime Minister's office requested only incandescent light bulbs be used. See, I agree with them myself, but I'm not the one telling other people they need to conserve energy and use energy-efficient everything. And let's not forget, of course, the springless trampoline, which was erected by order of the Prime Minister's office in November, only to be taken down for the winter and then reinstalled in the spring. And this was, of course, a seasonal order, something that taxpayers will have to do every year, twice a year, because nothing but the best for our Prime Minister, right? This is just the tip of the iceberg here, folks. We'll continue to go through these documents. As always, stay tuned to therebel.media for more updates. For The Rebel, I'm Andrew Lawton.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of The Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.